So we continue with the metta meditation or loving kindness meditation, and today I want to talk about the 11 benefits of meditation on loving kindness. Now, if you practice loving kindness, we always like to know what are the benefits. It does not mean that it is craving, you want to get something, you want to enjoy something. So it does not mean that it is craving. So it is the knowledge. It is the knowing that if I practice loving kindness, the resultant, this will be the resultant of loving kindness. So if people were to say, wow, you keep on meditating, you got so much craving, so you tell him that it is not true. It is not true that you get a lot of craving when you meditate. When you meditate, you develop non-craving, like loving kindness. You give, you don't crave. In other words, it is not craving. For example, in the wisdom meditation, we learn to detach. We don't attach. So every time we meditate, we learn to detach. We just observe the object without attachment to the object. We see things as they really are. So we get rid of craving. Not to say that when we meditate, we get a lot of craving. So it is not so. Today's subject is on the benefits that when you practice loving kindness, what are the benefits? What are the resultant of your practice? Number one, sleep peacefully. That means sleep is a very important part of our life. And when we sleep, then our body have a chance to repair itself. Our body, if you are not well, if you are overtired, if you have a lot of stress and pain, when you sleep, the body is able to repair itself. Sometimes our thoughts as well. We don't think so much when we sleep. Then in Abhidhamma we say we go into Bhavanga Chitta. We go into light continued mental state. We don't think so much. So there's no stress. Because a lot of stress arises from the thinking. That's why we think too much. Then we get disturbed. We build up the stress in our thinking. Sleep peacefully means that when you have no anger, when you don't have so much envy, jealousy, hatred, craving, selfishness, when you don't have so much of these negative mental states, when you practice loving kindness, which is the opposite, then your mind is not disturbed. It's not so much disturbed. So therefore, you sleep peacefully. So when you go to sleep, your mind will keep on thinking and thinking and thinking until you can't sleep. So the first benefit here in the scriptures, it mentioned sleep peacefully. The second one is awake peacefully. Of course, to awake peacefully is important. If you don't sleep peacefully, you have a lot of nightmares, bad dreams. You have a lot of all these bad dreams. You are lost. You can't find your house. People chasing you, want to harm you. You have a lot of all these nightmares. And you wake up not peaceful. Then you become very agitated. You wake up, you feel very unhappy because of balance brought forward. You have a bad dream. Now, when you're awake, you still carry forward. You still have that unhappy feeling. Still have the bad feeling. And so therefore, when you awake, you are not peaceful. If you don't meditate. So the practice of loving kindness is important. It makes you sleep peacefully. Then it makes you wake up peacefully. So you become very refreshed. Then you become healthy. If you have a good sleep, then you become very healthy when you wake up. Otherwise, when you wake up, you are like a zombie. If you have not enough sleep, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you don't sleep well, then you become dysfunction. You cannot function. You cannot think properly. And when people drive car, they will have accident. Sometimes bus driver, they don't sleep. They want to drive the morning shift and then they want to drive the evening shift. They get double pay. And then when they drive, they're so tired, they fall asleep. The body cannot stand it. Too tired. That's when we have accident. People die because they're careless. They don't sleep. So, no bad dreams. When you are peaceful, when you meditate, when you are friendly. The Buddha says, like when the mind associates with friendliness. The second, third, and the fourth, above, below, around, everywhere, also himself, friendliness, abundant, grown great, immeasurable, free from enmity, free from ill will. So when your mind is free from ill will, then you have no bad dreams. If you have dreams, you have very pleasant dreams. When I was a monk, before, long time ago, I always have very good dreams. If I dream, I would have good dreams. And even in my dream itself, I give Dhamma talk. And when I wake up, I say, this Dhamma talk is very good. I must remember, quickly write it down. So I can give this talk. Very funny. In my dream, I can give Dhamma talk I never think of before. And it was a very good Dhamma talk. When I wake up, I say, hey, there's a very good Dhamma talk. I must write it down. So I have very good dreams. When the mind is free from all these ill will and a lot of all these negative mental states, then you have good dreams. Be loved by people. Other words, if you practice loving kindness, if you're kind to people, considerate, you don't hurt people's feelings, speak nicely to people, then everybody likes you. Everywhere you go, people likes you. People look at you, they will smile, they like to come here, they have a lot of friends. Because you are friendly, you are considerate, you care for them. So, that is the result of practicing loving kindness. But if you don't, you are very hostile, you get angry, you scold people all run away. Not only ghosts run away, people also run away. Beloved by non-human beings, even devas. Now if we have a lot of merits, if we do a lot of good things, if we are kind, the deva will like us. Wherever we go, the deva will try to protect us. So there's always a saying. There's a saying. Once, her master told her that everybody has their personal devas or devis. Personal means to say every one of us have a deva following us, looking after us. But then I say, if a person is no good, then the deva will run away. So if we are good, we will have devas looking after us, every one of us. There are times when they can help us, they will give us dreams, they will look after us so that when we experience bad karma, they will try to help us to lighten the bad karma, make us not so bad, alright? Protected, by unseen beings. No misfortune from fire, poison, and weapons. The power of loving kindness. If you have loving kindness, you will not be harmed by beings or weapons. So in the scriptures, there are many stories of how people who practice loving kindness, even the weapons could not harm them. So that is in the scriptures. So in the sense that if we practice loving kindness everywhere, we radiate to all beings, everywhere, north, south, east, west, near and far, all beings that are big and small. So these beings will not harm us. Even animals, they have sense. They have very strong sense. Even fish, even the shark and all that, they will not harm humans. Unless they know that you are going to harm them. Even snakes, poison snake, they normally will not harm humans. They normally will leave you alone. When I was young, at one time, we went, a group of us, to a cave, very nice cave, and at night, there are these cobras coming out looking for food, and they make sound. So at night, evening, when we are meditating, very quiet, we can hear sound. Sha, 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 sha. At one time, I opened my eyes and looked, and I saw the cobra was in front, was walking across, and they could sense, that I was looking at him or the cobra, and then he turned and he stared at me. And I quickly closed my eye. And I said, may you be well, peaceful, and happy. May you be well, peaceful, happy. And of course, I also say, don't bite me. It never bite me. So I was staying there, rising, falling, but they got fear also. Rising. They're walking, and then a few small one follow behind. So the monk tells us, it belongs to one monk to stay there. So at night, I say, don't go toilet, because they swim there. They go inside, they have a big well, and they go there and swim. So they ask us not to go there. At night, don't go. If you take the torchlight, see the snake or not? Because snake don't go in. You do your business outside to go in. Dangerous because they're swimming there. But then, one day I noticed that they climbed up there on top of me there was a hole there. And then I look up, I saw, wow, so many of them staying there, whole family of cobra. But they didn't bite us. I think a few of us was there meditating a few nights. We borrowed a cave from this monk, so we were there a few nights meditating. They never bite us. We do metta to them, say all beings seen, unseen. May the cobra don't bite us. May they be happy. So it never bite us. We send out good vibration. So even animals, snakes, they won't attack you. They won't bite you. If you practice loving kindness, so you are safe. Even unseen beings, even ghosts, they won't harm you. Normally, hungry ghosts won't harm us. They see us because they want our needs. They want food. They are hungry. So they appear in front of you, and sometimes they make noise so that you know that they are there, and you can't talk to them. So they disturb you. So you go and see a medium, and then the medium can talk to them. They tell you what they want. They say, okay, I want food, I want clothing, I want this thing, can you please pray for me? So they want this thing, they don't harm you. Most of the time they are experiencing great suffering, lot of suffering. They're always hungry. They don't have enough food to eat. And because of their karma, when they see the food, they touch the food turns to fire and burn them. And they cry and they run away. Sometimes you see the water, very thirsty. They see, wow, the pool of water, they rush there, and they scoop the water. The moment they put it into their mouth, turn to fire. karma. So they're always hungry. They keep looking for food. So they won't harm us. Normally, hungry ghosts. They appear to us, they let us see. Sometimes they are our relatives. So they see that you're the only person who can help them. They are your relatives. No other people will help them, will pray for them, so they come to see you. So don't have to fear them. You see them, don't have to fear them. Just may you be well, peaceful, and happy. Just say that you appear in my dream, and talk to me. Because when you sleep, your consciousness is very weak, so you can contact with them, and then sometimes you can talk to them, or they can talk to you, because there's no disturbances. When you sleep, the mind goes into a very weak mental state, and then you can sometimes talk to them. So, when you practice loving kindness, you have no fear of them. Do not fear them, because you have kindness towards them, so you have no fear. Only when you fear them is when you think that they are going to harm you, so you fear them, but they won't harm you. Alright? So normally they don't at all. They don't harm you at all. They are everywhere. There are more of them. Probably million to one. They are everywhere, and there are so many of them, like ants in the anthill. Humans are very few. The higher we go, the less beings are there, like the heavenly world. If you go to the heavenly world, the first level, second, third, fourth, fifth, you go to the sixth, there are less people there. The higher you go to the Brahma world, even less. Less people. There are less beings in the higher world. The higher you go, the less beings are there. And so the place are bigger. Less people staying there. But the lower you go, the more beings are there. You just imagine one ant hill, how many ants staying there? Billions. And then imagine the worms. There was this American who sell worms. He got a land and he reared worms, fishing worms. So he would put the earth there and let the worms grow there, and he would dig it up and put it into tins and sell to the fishermen. And then he sell one tin, then sometimes he count how many worms, big one. He count the worm, how many worms in one tin, and he weigh them and sell. He sell by gram, like food like that. And then through number of years that he sold the worms, he says the 1 acre of land, I rear worms. If I join them together, they reach the moon. Just imagine how many worms in 1 acre of land that he rear for fishing one. So these are beings, we call them of the lower world. Beings of suffering. They suffer. They have a lot of pain. All the time they experience a lot of mental and physical pain. So there are many of them like the ghosts. So don't have to scare, frightened of them. Even if there are ghosts in the house, there is no fear of them. They're everywhere. Just tell them, okay, kongsi, they don't disturb me, they protect me, look after my house, okay, we stay together, finish. We are lucky, we are in the human world. This is our world. But also their world, they have no other world. They are born in our human world, they have no other world. So they are lower world. They are more, like we say, animal world. Where's the animal world? There's no world that's only for animal. They are in the human world. There's no world for them. Particular world for them. They're in the human world. So therefore, we stay with the human world. So as long as they don't harm us, even if we see them, never mind. Just say, may you be well, peaceful, and happy. And hey, Prajan, I want to ask the monk to chase them away. I say, yeah, you chase them away. When it's empty already, others will come. Because there's no place to go there. You got no place to stay there. So when they see that there is nobody staying there already, they come and jump already. They come and occupy already. So everywhere we go, there are unseen beings. Only we can't see them, they see us. Except temples and all that, we have the Buddha, we have chanting, then we have the Devas. So when we have the devas around, then these betas, hungry ghosts, they dare not come. They dare not come into the place because there are devas. We do chanting, we pay respect to the Buddha, and there are devas. Buddhist devas, when they are born, when they pass away, born as devas, they like to be in the temples. There are people who like to be in the temple. Even as humans, they like to be in the temple. Every day they like to go to the temple. So the same, when they're born as the deva, they like to go to the temple. So they stay in the temple. So when they are around the temple, these betas, they dare not come. Because they are dirty, they are very low, so they dare not come. They dare not come like humans. If we stay there, here, the beggar don't want to come near us. No. They don't want to stay with us. They don't want to come near us. They just beg money and then they go away. They don't want to stay here with you and drink coffee and talk to you. They don't want. They are inferior. They become like low class. They don't want to mix. It is like sometimes we meet with all these Dato Tansari. We don't want to mix with them. If they come to my house, don't know what to talk to him. This fellow Tansari want to talk. He talk about big car, we talk about small car, man. He talk about big business, we talk about kacang putih, man. We cannot mix with them. We don't want to mix with them. We feel very uncomfortable mixing with them. So the same way, they don't want to mix with them. Even those beings, unseen beings in the house, they don't want to mix with us. They only stay one corner. If they're living in a house, they would like to stay in the dark corner, under staircase. Some of them, they cannot stay inside the house. They stay outside, locked, or your dirty drains. They stay there. They don't stay in the hall. No, they don't. They always stay in the corner place. So just leave them alone. That's all. Don't fear them. So when you practice metta, loving kindness, you have no fear of them. Just let them be. Even you see them, you won't fear them because of loving kindness in your mind. You probably have arises with compassion. All these beings, pity them, but we can't do anything. We can only share merits. We can't do anything for them. We know they are suffering in great pain. And we can't do anything for them. What can we do? We can't do anything for them. So we just share merits and hope that he receives the merits and be happy. That is all we can do. So when we practice loving kindness, may all beings seen, unseen, near and far, may they be peaceful, happy, free from suffering. Then you have no fear of them. Okay? Because they won't harm you. They just need a place to stay. And they are everywhere. There are more of them than us. There are much, much more of the unseen beings around than humans. You think humans are a lot? No. Humans are a very small population compared to the unseen beings. There are many, many. And even in the lower world, the scripture says, one day my teacher gave us a talk. He said that the hell world, there is no space. He says in this one of these hell world, where it is so packed like sardine, one after another, they cannot move their hand and leg. Then one boy asked my teacher, and then what happened? It is so packed that there is no more space already. People cannot be reborn there. Then my teacher said, don't think so. When the karma, this guy who is going to be born there, automatically there will be one space for him to jump inside there. Automatic reserve. And it's always there. Says the population is so fantastic that you can't even move. They are born in this hell. So there are big hells and there are 16 smaller hells around the one big hell. And so that is in the scripture. See, some of them are great suffering. Do something so bad and unwholesome. Karma so strong. They drag him down. They have to repay back what they have done. So, you think unseen beings you don't see them, you don't exist in every way. There are so much more of them compared to the humans. Only thing you can't see them. So much more of them around. So you must practice loving kindness and have compassion, that you won't feel scared of them, you won't feel frightened of them, because they are just another being. They're just unfortunate beings, they're born like that. They're not so lucky. They don't listen to the Dhamma. They don't do good things, so they're born like that. So that's they have to go through the process to learn from pain. Sometimes people cannot learn. Only when they feel pain that they can learn. Like dog, got to keep beating them. I tell you, don't urine here, urine in here, urine outside. Whack him. Whack him until but he's still ignorant, he's still urine there. But when you come home with me, you go urine in the same place. Ignorant. After he urine, he knows he cannot urine here. He must feel the pain that only he learned. So there are people who have to undergo great suffering. Then when they are reborn from the lower world, they go up to the higher world until they reach the human world. Then they start to learn. They start to say, "Ayo, 别再做坏心，别再做坏心." Some of them they can feel the suffering, the pain. Yes, even those born as human, they feel the body burning all the time. From the lower world they come out. The body has a lot of pain. This pain, that pain. Sometimes you feel the whole body like fire, very hot. So they're still experiencing the pain. The karma still boliao. The lower world still come out, still boliao, still not burned, not finished. Still experiencing in the human life. So we need to pity such type of being. You don't chase them. They like to say, what now? Chanting, we chant already, disappear. I say, what for? They disappear, then other come back. There's so many of them around. You chase one out, another come. Let them be. Just have metta to them, loving kindness. Say, I do not harm you, please don't harm me. Protect me. So long by Tejukong. What is Tejukong? Tejukong are these house unseen beings. They may be devas. They may be ghosts. You think Tejukong is all devas? No. Tejukong. Sometimes we say Datukong. They died long time ago when they stay in this place. So you come to this place and worship them. It could be just one of the petas, unseen beings. We think, they are all seen. Yeah. Can you see them or not? Are they really seen or not? You could be praying to them. Unseen being, ghosts. Yes. But they could protect you. Yes, they could protect you. Because you are good to them. They have a lot of metta, a lot of kindness. You offer them food, offer them drinks. Yes, they could protect you. Like dogs. Don't you think dogs can protect humans? Yeah, when the snake comes into a compound, he goes and bites the snake. He knows that snake is poisonous, cause harm to the house people. They may be low in mentality because they're born like that, but they could protect us. So we must also have loving kindness to them. Don't fear them. They all beings. That's why I always say, may the house protecting devas everywhere. That include unseen beings. May they be well, peaceful, happy. Give metta to them. I won't finish this 11 benefit because we're going to do some practice, some sitting meditation, and I'll finish this next week. Next week still got class, not holiday yet. Alright?